You're good?
I'm good. We going?
Mm-hmm.
All right. Good morning, Canton. On this very foggy Sunday morning. How you doing, Tim?
I'm doing great. I'm doing great, Eric. How we doing today?
We're
It's,
good. Before the pod, the wife and I took a ride out for some donuts, and it was really dangerous out there.
really?
Uh, couldn't see like 15 feet in front of you.
Hmm.
And I'm going into Torrington for the donut station. Awesome donuts, by the way. But yeah, it was
Yeah.
pretty reckless, but it was fun. How about you? How's your morning going?
Good, man. Good. About the same. We go to Isaac's here in Bloomfield for some bagels, and then just kind of sitting around, get shower, shave, all that good stuff.
Nice.
Finish setting this
Look
up.
at you with your flag background.
You like that? I mean,
Yeah, I
we
like
we can
that.
we can always trade it out for it's that America. It's that the American flag portion of the thing. Oh, that's right. You couldn't see this before because of the way the stream is set up. So
Oh yeah. No, this is awesome. If everybody hasn't noticed, we're trying a little bit of a new format. We're not in the lodge today. We're both in our homes. Are you comfy? You
oh,
comfy
very
there?
comfy. It's nice. It's
Yeah.
always nice to be in your own space with. I mean, it's more. I don't have to. I didn't have to get up. And get in the car and huck everything into the car. So that's nice. There's something to be said for doing like the live thing, but then it's also very nice to just kind of be like, hey, I'm home. And I don't really need to worry about too much.
Yeah, you
I have a
look
lot
like
more
half a
flexibility at home
lot.
too because I have my big computer. So,
Nice.
that allowed me to set up more stuff like this cool background I have here because otherwise all you'd see is the mess that is my office. And nobody
Yeah, all
needs
the
to see that.
Legos and the Funkos.
Yeah, well, the Funkos are important.
They sure are. Yeah, and I got my setup going.
Yeah, you're in the new house. Looks bright and
Yeah,
airy there. Is that
in my office.
yeah, where are you set up? Is that one of the bedrooms or what is that?
No, this is my office. I have my own separate room.
Oh, really? Cool.
Oh yeah, oh yeah. The monster's right next to me. Uh, so we got our mic arms set up, our boom arms, and then all the equipment. Can't see all that shit, which is good. I'm really stressed out about all the wires I have out, but now that we have it down, I can organize.
Oh yeah. Yeah, you're going to invest a lot in wire ties and sticky things. I think I actually just redid so like my desk is a standing desk, so it goes up and down.
Nice.
And then I've got all my all my stuff on the desk, right? Like cuz I'm like that, so I like the stream deck and all that kind of stuff, and I don't use the big mic and stuff for like every day. I have a mic up above my head and stuff like that. So
Gotcha.
but all the wires, and I use a tower PC that's not connected, so I had to buy like extra long wires so that it would like coil up and and all that stuff. So always fun. But
Yeah, I know.
once it's dialed in, it's like this is my space and this is where I like to work and do things. So definitely makes
Nice.
things easier. So so
Awesome.
what's on tap for today, man? What are we talking about? Let's get into it.
Well, we missed our tagline because I'm not there with you, so I missed the audio cue. But we are Village Idiots podcast. We are Connecticut's #1 Masonic fantasy football podcast because we are Connecticut's only fantasy football podcast. On the agenda today, we're going to talk about free agency, the start of MLB season, uh, some Village updates, and what events we have going on,
Yeah.
and maybe we'll have a shit take from Andrew. Hopefully.
All right. All right.
So
All
let's
right.
get into it.
So let's get into it. Yeah. So free agency kicked off, popped off heavy last week, last
Yeah.
couple of weeks, and
We're Russian.
it was it's and we talked about this before, right? It's for lack of a better term, it's a weak draft class. It is
Oh,
a
yeah.
weak draft class, and when you start thinking about that, right, and you start, looking at what's going on, teams didn't have lots to work with. You got what, two quarterbacks, two viable quarterbacks, really,
maybe three.
There
might be one.
You've got one couple of decent position players, and the rest is like linemen, right?
Yeah.
So, if we're looking at what's been going on, quarterbacks just all over the place, right? Justin Fields, Geno Smith, Sam Darnold, all to new teams.
Kirk Cousins is staying put.
Kirk Cousins is staying put. But it's interesting. Like it's interesting the moves that the Giants made.
Yes.
Russell Wilson. It's just interesting.
And they still may draft a quarterback.
They still might. I mean, if we're looking at that, kind of NFL draft prediction. I was looking at this yesterday. I mean, here's the latest from NFL.com. You still got Cam Ward going number one, right?
Oh yeah.
But now you got a linebacker going at number two. You got the Giants. They're taking Travis Hunter now, supposedly. That's the thought. With the Patriots taking an offensive tackle.
I hope not.
I mean,
I want to get Travis Hunter.
Well, I mean, it's unless we make a move, I don't see that happening. Now that
Probably.
So the Giants now feel, for whatever reason, that they have a legitimate quarterback. Of course, they went all in on Daniel Jones.
Legitimate.
So
he doesn't have the arm.
He doesn't.
And Malik Neighbors is fast. He can rival Tyreek Hill.
100%. And it's just, I don't know. It's just going to be such an interesting. It's just going to be interesting because now you got Justin Fields over, right on the other side, with the Jets.
Yeah.
And I'd say out of the two, Justin Fields is the better quarterback. I never felt like he got a fair shake. He didn't have a good team around him in Chicago. Matt Nagy as a head coach was just absolutely atrocious. Just wasn't doing any favors for him. So, as we look at this, I don't think, I think we're still here. We need an offensive tackle, but do you take it? Do you take it here? I mean, again, it's just weird. Then we get into a tight end, a running back, a defensive tackle. I mean, Shedeur Sanders just like out. Like they're thinking he's dropping a 15 at least in this.
I don't think he's dropping out of the top 10.
I don't think so either. I could see. I could see the Browns taking them. I mean, they just picked up who'd the Browns pick up.
What, for quarterback?
Yeah. Who'd they just pick up?
Let's see. Cleveland.
Yeah, Cleveland. Here we go.
Kenny Pickett.
So I mean, Kenny Pickett's not bad, but I could see them taking Sanders, and grooming him for a little bit.
But is Deion going to want to go to Cleveland?
Well, I hate to say that. Well, I don't hate to say it. Look, you don't have a say in where you go, right? You go or you don't go, and if you want to play, you play. Because what's his other option? I mean, according to this guy, his other option right now, if all were said, is still the fucking Cleveland Browns. Okay, it's still the fucking Cleveland Browns with the 15 pick.
Well, hear me out. Dayball is on the hot seat this year. Like, if he doesn't get them to the playoffs, he's out. He might be out before.
He might be out. He might be out either way.
I see I see them drafting Shador and then offering Dion a contract for coaching.
In New
I don't
York?
see that out of the realm of possibility.
In New York?
In New York, yep.
I don't know that Dion's ready to be an NFL head coach. And didn't he just sign a big deal with Colorado? Didn't they just re-up his contract? I think they.
What, a year ago?
No, this year.
This year?
Deion Sanders 2025 contract. Pretty sure. New 5-year contract.
Okay, well there you go.
$10 million more through 2029. So.
But is there a clause in there that he can leave?
I mean, I don't know. Maybe. I'm more concerned with the Patriots and what we're gonna do, right? Because we, you know, we had that existential crisis, right? We're way past the Tom Brady era. Okay.
Yep.
The free ride's over. We have a solid quarterback. I think Drake May is a solid quarterback. He's not Tom Brady. He's not gonna be Tom Brady, but he's solid. So we got to get some weapons around him. Right? Now, we picked up Stephon Diggs.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. He's not elite anymore.
I don't like that.
I mean, I don't hate it. But he's not elite anymore. You know,
there's a reason
he's
released by so many teams.
He's A tier. Look, but why was he released? Is he released because of, you know, production? Because, you know, he was not getting as many. He wasn't getting targets in Texas. That was one of his complaints. He wasn't getting the targets that he thought he should be getting. Okay,
in Buffalo as well.
You know, fair enough. And then, you know, I don't know, man. You don't have Belichick there anymore.
Nope.
But Vrabel seems to be cut from the same cloth. Okay, and I think,
definitely.
You know, what you had with, you know, last year was a lack of discipline. And I don't know why I'm blanking on last year's head coach's name. Who the hell was our head coach?
Mayo?
Yeah, Gerard Mayo. Didn't seem like he was controlling the locker room. Didn't seem like he was doing what he needed to do. Now here we are. We got Mike Vrabel. Very much, I think, cut from that same cloth. Like I said, Bill Belichick. Can he control the locker room the way Belichick did? Because what Belichick did is he took a player like Randy Moss, right? Here's a guy with complaints and issues and things like that. And he said, look, you know, pump the brakes. Okay? You want to play on my team. You want to be a champion. Do it my way. And he did that with multiple players, right?
Mm-hmm.
If Vrabel can do the same thing, right, and be like, look, it's we, not me. Trust the system, trust the process. We're not making the playoffs this year, right? But if we can come out above 500, right? If we can have a good showing, maintain a decent draft stat. You know this, but this is the game too that you start to play. You know, because you know, as you're rebuilding, you want those high draft picks. So if you don't see that, you know, maybe this, that, or other thing's gonna happen, you know, I'm not saying that they're tanking games by no means. We saw that at the end of last season, right? But just there's that little part of you that goes, So,
well, let's look at what the Patriots did. They got Marcus Epps, which is the safety. We needed that. That's good. He's 31 now, so he's been on Philly, Miami, Vegas, Atlanta, and Buffalo. He's 6'4", so he's 31. You know, they signed Matt Collins,
right?
So that's another wide receiver right there. And Austin, they re-signed Austin Hooper.
Yep.
So another tight end. And then they got Kyrie Tonga, which we need that too. But you're right. We need to shore up the offensive line, protect Drake May, and get another freaking running back. We need two decent running backs.
Yeah.
If they can set up a running back system like Detroit has, we'll get about 500 easy.
I think so. I mean, let's talk to Detroit. Here's a team that's got a chip on their shoulder still, so they're going to come out swinging next year, and they didn't lose barely anything. They're pretty much coming back the way they were. I mean, everything they really lost was on the defensive side of the ball. And they lost a cornerback. They picked up DJ Reed. Yep. I mean, Zadarius Smith as that edge rusher, they're going to miss him, sure, but I don't think that's going to. There's nothing here that affects the offense.
No.
But
they did lose Carlton Davis. Damn.
Yeah.
I mean, he's not just a cornerback. He's a really good cornerback.
No doubt.
And Zadarius Smith.
So it's going to be. I mean, it's going to be interesting. So I think free agency it had some impacts. There were a couple. It was mainly in the quarterback space, though, right? Which is what you saw. A lot of quarterback movement because you've got two good quarterbacks in this draft class. That's what you're looking at. And once they're gone, they're gone.
And then there's Aaron Rodgers, who doesn't know if he wants to keep for Pittsburgh yet.
He's done. He's not playing football next year.
I hope not.
I don't think he's playing football. I mean, I can't guarantee it. Obviously, I don't know what exactly is going to happen, but I don't see it happening. I don't see him playing football anymore. I think he just needs to ride into the sunset.
Yeah.
He missed all of the 23 season with that Achilles injury. He looked like absolute dog shit last year. And he's supposed to be a playmaker, right? This is a guy who's supposed to make plays, elevate his team, and he did. He did that in Green Bay early in his career. Up until, 6 years ago. He was the guy. He was on par mentally, I guess, or like from a team standpoint, like Tom Brady, right? He could do that. He could motivate people the way Tom Brady was able to motivate people.
And then he got into himself.
Then he just got fucking crazy. And
his own legend. And
go to your yurt and, figure out what you want to do because you're done playing football. Pittsburgh's not going to gamble on him.
I hope not.
Pittsburgh's not. What are they going to get? I mean, look, you've seen it for 2 years. You've seen what he's done. Brett Favre at least was still able to play. Brett Favre was able to put numbers up. Brett Favre, he didn't look like Brett Favre from like 92, right? But he looked like Brett Favre. Aaron Rodgers does not look like Aaron Rodgers. And, not everyone's going to be that. But, I mean, it's like you look at, Tom Brady. Tom Brady looked like Tom Brady all the way through that final season in Tampa.
Yep.
Did he lose a step? Yeah. Lose a little zip on a ball? Absolutely.
He's 43 when he
But
left.
did he adjust? Did he figure it out?
Oh yeah.
But that's
Super Bowl? Absolutely.
You ever watch the show Shoresy? You ever seen that?
Yeah, I love that show.
All right. He said, in that first episode in the first season, and he's talking to the owner of the team. She's like, I just don't get it. They don't love to win. And he goes, no, they don't hate to lose.
That's it.
And that's just the thing, and I tell my guys when I coach, like, you lose, you feel it, you move on. And that's what you have to do, right? You can't dwell. We lost, right? You don't let it dominate you, but it sits there, right? It sits in your gut like a little, little smoldering fire, and you just use that as motivation, for the next time, the next game, the next whatever that is. Aaron Rodgers doesn't hate to lose.
No,
he's
still
it's
Aaron
like
Rodgers off the field.
It's like everybody who plays in the NBA, they just don't hate to lose. Why play defense? But.
It's sad, but
No, it's
I don't
100%
care.
sad.
I like Aaron Rodgers.
I loved Aaron Rodgers. I mean, he's part of that mid 2000s legacy. People forget the longevity of Tom Brady, Aaron Rodgers, right? When Tom Brady first started playing for the Patriots, I wasn't married.
Oh no,
I'm married 20 years next year. 2026. 20 years I'm married. I mean, Aaron and I weren't even dating yet when Tom Brady came into the league. that's longevity. And it's the same thing with with Aaron Rodgers. He came in, he was the guy. He took over for Brett Favre, right? Like that. I mean, that's the way Green Bay's been. That's their system. And I don't know.
I just remember that playoff game against the Seahawks back in 2013, 2014, when Green Bay was up, and then Russ came back in the fourth quarter and just prayed to God, and he brought out a victory, and they went to win the Super Bowl that year. But that's when I saw Aaron Rodgers for what he really is. He was yelling at everybody, and it was a great game. It was a great game. You can't let emotions get that bad where you're blaming people on the sidelines. And Tom Brady's done that. He's gotten pissed. He's yelled at his teammates before, but he still controlled the locker room. I think he started losing respect after that game, and he never recovered from it.
Oh, yeah, 100%. 100%.
You know what? We'll see what happens. I hope not. I hope people stay away from him and he can go to his yurt and ride into the sunset.
Exactly.
And that will be it. And we'll still love football.
We still will love football. So, I mean, I think the next thing we got the draft coming up. What is the date of the draft this year? 2025 NFL draft.
Oh, yeah. I'm going to watch the first night.
I don't need the draft order. I know what the draft order is right now. So it's April 24th. Yep. It's a Thursday. Maybe we think about doing a live stream that night.
Yeah, you want to do the first night from there? Yeah, sure.
We can do a little live stream. We can check it out. Maybe we get a few more people in. Now that I've figured out how to do this freaking Teams thing, maybe we can get some more people in.
Right.
I mean,
people can do it from their phones.
You can do it from anywhere. That's a great thing about this. So, yeah. I mean, in other news, sports news.
MLB started this week, baby.
Holy shit.
You see that Mookie Betts home run, man?
Fuck Mookie Betts. I'm a Yankee fan.
No, thank you.
Hey, did you see what $100 million strikeout looks like?
What, you mean Juan Soto?
Uh-huh.
Uh-huh. But he also hit a homer that game, so,
I mean, not for nothing, Judge hit 3.
Well, yeah, that's true. But Ohtani will overtake him in time. Inevitable.
I don't know. Depends. If the check doesn't clear, the bookie might get pissed.
No. He's got a new translator now. So
oh, yeah. It was the translator that was placing the bets. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. Uh-huh. Now, it was a great...
leading right now for home runs?
What's that?
Is Judge leading right now?
Oh, he's got to be. He's got to be. I mean...
Mookie had 2 that game.
2025 batting leaders. What do we got? I mean, we're 2 days in? No, we got
4 days?
Eduardo Suarez with 4 home runs.
Okay.
Then Judge, Edman, Westberg, and Freddie Freeman.
Of course. And Mookie's got to be right.
I mean, Mookie's probably. I mean, he's going to be. Yeah, I mean, he's 5th. I mean, he's tied for 5th. I mean, it goes 1, 2, 5. I mean, a ton of people at 5. And then you got a bunch of people with 2. It's I mean, we're 2 days into the season, so should be interesting. But
so Yankees are making playoffs this year, right?
Oh yeah, we'll make playoffs this year. I don't think the Sox are making the playoffs.
I still think the Mets have time. They were shitting the bed early last year, and they made it to the.
Dude, the Mets are like that. Like that. What is it with the fucking Mets, dude? Every year, it's like you guys are on suicide watch until like August, and then all of a sudden you start winning games. Like I don't get it. See, this is the exact opposite for me as a Yankee fan. Like we're gangbusters. We're all fucking high on life right now. And then come August, after the All-Star break, it's like, well, fuck it.
Right.
And don't get me started on the playoffs. Aaron Judge will hit 63,000 fucking home runs in the regular season, and he gets to the playoffs and is like, I've never seen a curveball before. It's like fucking. It's like major league, you know. Straight ball I hit very good. Curveball not so much.
We should watch that a lot. We should have a large night and watch that movie.
You know.
That movie.
Are you trying to say Jesus Christ can't hit a curveball?
I like Jesus very much. It's not wise.
Classic. That. What's my other one? You know, I mean, the top three, and you know, we're both kind of like kids of the '80s, right? But, I mean, my top three baseball movies: Major League.
Yep.
Field of Dreams.
Yep.
Bull Durham.
Okay.
I love Bull Durham.
I would tie third and put Sandlot up there.
Yeah. See, I don't view Sandlot so much as a baseball movie as a coming of age movie that centers around baseball. It's like people who are like, oh, you know, what's the one with the kid who gets hurt, Rookie of the Year.
Oh no,
you know, like those are kids movies, and I appreciate it, and I love the Sandlot. Right? I mean, if you're not saying you're killing me, Smalls, you know, did you even?
You're doing it wrong.
You know, you're doing it wrong. But I think like pure movies about the sport of baseball at its essence, those are my three. The Natural comes in very close as well. That's a Moneyball is great, but I'm talking movies of the '80s.
Okay.
So you know, '80s, early '90s, I guess. But I love Kevin Costner in Bull Durham is just absolutely fantastic.
But he's in like a movie about every sport almost.
That's his deal. I mean, I mean that we could probably dedicate a whole show to this, but I mean, if we talk about Kevin Costner and the top three sports movies with Kevin Costner, for me it goes Bull Durham.
Yep.
Tin Cup.
Yes.
And Draft Day.
Marin was great in there.
You know, and Draft Day.
And
those are definitely my top three.
That'd be my top three.
You know, and he's Oh, dude.
But The Love of the Game was okay.
Love of the Game was okay. I like a good drama every now and then. Few Good Men is a good movie, things like that. But I'm more into I either like your straight comedies, or like those period pieces, It's it's kind of why I like I like movies that even if it's serious doesn't take itself too seriously.
Yep.
So I don't know, like it's kind of like a Bull Durham, but I mean that's
that's funny. Bull Durham is funny.
Oh my God.
And who doesn't like Rene Russo? I mean,
on Tin Cup, yeah. Rene Russo in the 90s. Hello. We're probably gonna get canceled for that.
I'm waggling. No, we're not. No, we're not.
Absolute smoke show back in the day.
What's that?
Absolute smoke show.
Oh yeah. Oh God, yeah.
But of course, in my head too, it's like every one of those actresses is still like 34 years old because that was yesterday, right? Like that movie just came out. So it's funny. It's funny to look at. But yeah, baseball season. I mean, we're 3 days in, 2 days in, 3 days in, whatever. And I mean, I think things are shaping up the way you would think that they're shaping up.
Oh yeah.
They, Dodgers at 5-0. Yankees at 2. How are the Dodgers at 5-0? How have they played 5 fucking games?
They played. Didn't they play doubleheader?
Really?
Doubleheader. Yeah. I don't know.
Did they?
But the Yankees are going to make the playoffs. The Sox are not. Sorry, Red Sox fans.
Nah, they'll make. I think the Sox will make the playoffs. Oh, they played in Tokyo.
Their pitching's not looking good, but
here we
it's
go.
only 5 days in, I guess. I don't know. That's usually what happens.
So they played 2 games. Yeah, they played 2 games in Tokyo. That's why.
That's why, yeah. And Ohtani homered there, and then he homered back home.
Yeah. So Cubs, Tigers. Also weird, like.
No joke.
Did the Brewers change leagues? Are the Brewers in the AL now?
I think they're in AAA now.
The
I'm not
Brewers?
sure.
Do you think the Brewers
Yeah.
got demoted to AAA?
I think they're a farm team for Minnesota now.
No, they didn't. They're still in the NL. So why are we playing that? Why did the Yankees open the season against the Brewers?
I don't know.
When do we open the season in interleague play?
That they're changing shit up, and I'm not a fan. You can't do that this early, man.
No. Bring back, get rid of the DH. Get rid of the
That'll
DH.
only hurt Red Sox right now.
But yeah, I don't know. The Sox, I mean, shout out to all my Red Sox fans, some of my best friends. I mean, we live in New England, unfortunately. There's a lot of Sox fans out here, but y'all haven't made the moves, man. You just have not made the moves. I mean,
unfortunately.
Just not hitting. I mean, as we saw yesterday, right? Yankees, very much dodged a bullet getting rid of Nestor Cortez because apparently he gives up, 3 pitches, 3 home runs. But yeah, what is the Sox? All right, so Bueller. That's right. Aroldis Chapman went to the Red Sox.
Yep. And he's old. Like, he's a decent closer, but
he throws hard, man. He throws hard.
Yeah, there goes.
So I mean, I'm looking at this roster for the Red Sox, and it's just Major League pops in my head. Who the fuck are these guys? I mean, Bregman's good. Devers, I don't know. I think he's on a downturn.
He's pissed though.
Trevor Story's pretty good. Abreu, he's all right. Duran, Ref Snyder, none of these guys are crazy
Juan
good.
Soto? Yeah, I agree.
I'm sorry, Juan Soto. Let's go. Let's take a look at Juan Soto's stats, shall we? 3 games into the year.
Do it.
Yeah, let's go look at that. Let's check that roster. Here we go. Where's Senor Soto? Let's see. There he is. Juan Soto. All right, 333, 1 home run, 2 RBIs.
The Mets needed that.
Got a double, 2 ribbies, 4 bases on balls, 2 strikeouts. Projected. I love when they do projected. They think he's going to hit 54 home runs. I don't think he hits 54 home runs. I'm not seeing it.
I don't know. I haven't looked at their entire schedule, so it might be possible.
I mean, the Mets play.
Coach going to hit more, but
the Mets play a decent schedule. I mean, they Houston. Mm-hmm. Now they're heading to Miami. So it's an off day today. They're on their way to Miami, and then friends from the north coming in, back Miami coming to town, a little homestand. The new Las Vegas Athletics.
Oh God.
The Twinkies. It's a solid schedule. When do they? So come May, take a little crosstown trip to the Bronx.
Yeah.
Then they head up to Boston. That's an interesting.
Yeah, they've been making that happen a lot more.
That is a rough stretch.
Yep.
3 days in New York, 3 days in the Bronx, 3 days at Fenway, get on a plane, 3 days in LA. Ouch.
Yeah.
That is a rough stretch.
What's prediction? Out of those 9 games, what's the win-loss record? I think 5.
You think 5?
I think 5.
5 and 4.
I think they take 2 from the Yankees, 2 from the Red Sox, and 1 from the LA.
I'll have what he's having. I don't think that happens. Maybe they take one. Maybe they take one in New York. I think they sweep Boston because I hate the Red Sox, and then
That's four.
and I think they take one from LA.
Yeah, that's five.
That's five.
That's
5-4.
Yeah.
5-4.
All right. Doesn't matter how it happens. I think they'll take five.
Yeah, I'll give you
But
that.
last year they rocked the Yankees. Sorry to say, buddy.
They did. We still made it to what was that? Where did we make it to? The World Series.
LA right before.
No, we had to play them right after.
Yeah, right after. Exactly.
It was like watching the.
How many games did the Yankees win?
Last year? I don't remember.
No, in the World Series. Yeah.
0. Or was it 1? Yeah. No, it was 1.
How many did the Mets win against the Dodgers?
Don't know. Didn't watch it.
Yeah. Fair enough, my friend.
Yeah. What is this, dude? We opened the season with interleague play. Milwaukee, Arizona, and Pittsburgh.
I don't get it.
What the fuck?
I don't like it.
And then Detroit, then back to San Francisco. Like, there's a lot of interleague play at the beginning here.
It's like they didn't know what to do with the Yankees.
KC, Tampa. We don't play the fucking Red Sox until. We don't play the Red Sox until June?
And when is it, home or are they in Fenway?
Are you kidding me? No, that we started. It's a homestand. June 6, 7, 8. Actually, I should get tickets for that.
Nice.
Then we fly to KC, then fly back to Boston, then come home to play the Angels.
Oh damn.
That's it. No. Oh, this has got to be just like the first half of the season, right? Because
yeah.
Good God. I might have to get tickets for one of these games.
That'll be fun.
Tickets are cheap. If they're night games, I'll go. Because cheap means sitting in the bleachers, and the bleachers, I can't do the bleachers anymore. Like sitting in the sun.
Yeah.
We went to a Nationals game last summer. And so I got tickets for a Nationals game. We were down in DC, and we were sitting out. It was brutal. It was like 95 degrees. I was like, oh.
And it's gonna be cool with the bay right there, but.
Dude, DC's built on a swamp. Literally. No, literally. DC was built on a swamp. And then, everybody, Florida, the Carolinas, like you get down there, like, yeah, it's hot. It's humid. But you expect it to be hot and humid. You don't expect the disgusting humidity that you get in, like, the greater DC area. It's just absolutely disgusting. So, yeah. Let's see. Yeah. What else have we got? So that's that. I mean, that kind of takes care of sports.
All right. What do we got coming up at Village Lodge?
So I think, that's you as our junior warden, right?
Oh, well, you're right. Yep. And we've been advertising the crap out of that. The town picked up our flyer, so they're going to send that out to the mailing list, which is awesome. We should have a good turnout. We're going to have an EA degree in May. Worshipful Madison's pushing that out. I've been working on the allegations, so it should be a good night.
Yeah.
And then we're going to have we're bringing the community tag sale back. That's going to be in June. I'm looking at the 14th right now. I'm just going to lock it down.
Community.
We have our chili cook-off after that.
Okay. Yeah, sounds like the trestle board's getting
pretty full.
So that's good.
And then I'm still working on getting brothers together and doing some virtual golf. I'm going to send a communication out about that.
Virtual golf?
What?
Virtual golf?
Yeah, virtual golf. We'll go to the...
down to Golf Lounge.
Yeah, Golf Lounge. And we'll
have
a couple hours there.
It's a good spot.
Yeah. And you don't have to walk, and the older guys can come. And
who the hell walks when they play golf?
What, you don't walk from T to T?
No, I drink from T to T.
There we go. So you ramble. You ramble on. You have a drink in hand, and that's what you do when you drink. When you have a drink in hand, you ramble from T to T. Got it.
Yeah, well, you gotta. No, we have strict. It's just a very strict no walking league that I play in. Because no, I'm good. I'm good. We suggest. It's funny because there's a group of 4, 5, 6 of us that play. That we'll rotate in like foursomes.
Okay.
And it's the youngest dude in the group who's like, "Fuck you, I'm not walking." The youngest dude and like the most fit dude, right? So like,
they'll get a cart.
Oh, we always get a cart, dude. It's 2 carts. I mean, because we play like we like circle around. Like we play Simsbury Farms, we play Gillette here in town, and we'll play like Copper Hill, those places in like East Granby.
Nice.
So Airways, like, so we'll play around. And yeah, no, I think I've walked like twice in the last couple of years. I don't walk. Why do I want to walk? No.
Yeah, you can still get drinks.
Yeah.
You can still get apps, and we have a good time. I think it'll be fun.
Yeah, no, it's good. We've done. I've done it a couple of times. Actually, I think I actually got to call them. I had won a gift card in a raffle to them, and I didn't realize that it expired last week. I was like, I didn't think gift cards could expire, so I got to call them and be like, hey, can you like extend this out a month?
That'll be fun.
Yeah, no, it's been it's always fun. It's always fun.
Yeah, and then we're also gonna get a dumpster. So for anybody who's listening right now, we're gonna need some help clearing out some rooms, and yeah, we're getting the lodge back in shape. We're gonna come out swinging after being in the dark. We're gonna have new windows.
I think that's starting next month. I think we're doing the windows while we're still in session.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, even better. Awesome.
Why wait?
Exactly. Why wait? Before the rains come? Yeah. And get the ground graded around the.
Yeah. We're gonna get the ground leveled and graded and all that good stuff. So that's gonna make things a lot easier.
So awesome. Yeah, we got a busy next couple of months, a fun next couple of months. I think we're gonna help with one of Valley's degrees. Or at least going to support them.
Yeah, I think I saw that. Isn't that in a couple of weeks?
Yeah, it's in a couple of weeks.
Yeah.
We have a lot going on at Village Lodge.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
And that's the way it should be. And Andrew has not gotten back to me, so I don't think we're doing a shit take today. I mean, we can probably come up with our own shit take. Let's see. All right, let's keep it easy. We're both 80s kids. What was the better video game console to have, Nintendo or Sega?
Nintendo.
That's not a shit take.
That's not a shit take. That's just common sense.
It's just true.
You didn't really get I mean, it's an interesting conversation, right? So we were a Nintendo house.
Yeah.
Most of my friends were Nintendo kids. I think I only knew like 1 or 2 people with a Sega.
One kid had it.
Yeah. It really wasn't until the midnight when the PlayStation came out.
Yep.
Right. So like you go back, like I watch like a lot of like retro YouTubers, right? And they'll talk about like the Neo Geo and the FX64, the TurboGrafx, all those consoles, but it wasn't. It was Sega and Nintendo. They were just spending the money on the marketing, and Nintendo hands down was the number 1 game console.
Oh yeah.
But then the PlayStation came out.
And they had a great marketing campaign.
So
they had Crash Bandicoot go outside of Nintendo headquarters with a bullhorn.
They did. But what's funny about that? So it's like my brother, he became like a huge PlayStation kid.
Mm-hmm.
And I was still a huge Nintendo kid. So, and we had to buy. I mean, at that point, like my parents weren't buying the stuff. Like we either worked and bought it, or you didn't have it. So, I had bought a Nintendo 64 in 1999 because I wanted to play Legend of Zelda, and then Chris, Ocarina of Time, and Chris had bought a PlayStation because he wanted to play Diablo. And because at this time,
it was.
it was originally on the PlayStation. It was probably a PC game, but I didn't start doing PC gaming until. Like, we didn't get a computer. We had a computer when I was a kid, but it was like an old 286. Like, all we used it for was like word processing. So we didn't even get a computer. Like, I didn't even have a computer when I started college. I was still like going to a computer lab and like typing stuff in. So I finally bought a computer in 99 or 2000. Like I didn't get the internet at my house until like 2000. And all my friends had it, for a while. So I was like, oh, I want it. But
you missed out on all those AOL chat rooms.
No, I mean, I still had it. Like, I had it because in college you had to have it. So it was just I had it, but the only time like I was online was when I was at school.
Gotcha.
And things like that. So
where did you go to school, Tim?
I went to Tungsten and then I went to Central.
Oh, awesome.
So, like I didn't have it. It wasn't, like, I remember like we'd all like kids that have the computers in their dorm room but nobody was like locked into that. Everybody still went out. Now everybody just like, I go to college campuses and there's like nobody out doing anything. I'm like, so weird.
No, they're all,
they're all on their phones. Like, it's like looking at my niece and nephew just like buried in their fucking phones. And I'm like, okay. But
yep.
Yeah,
it sucks.
Yeah, so I didn't get into the PC gaming thing until God, I built my first PC sometime around like 2005 maybe is when I built my first PC. And then, I was doing like Warcraft. I've always been really into like Microsoft Flight Simulator.
That's fun.
Stuff like
but
that.
I want to have like one of the ones with the yokes and stuff like that, the controllers.
I keep meaning to buy them, and then like, I'll have the extra like $800, and I'm like, yeah, I'm not spending that money.
Right. The Thrustmaster or whatever.
Yeah. Well, so there's more advanced ones now, like very much advanced ones. Mm-hmm. Dude, there's guys out there like not so much for Flight Simulator, although there are these crazy people like if you go on YouTube that like build like full on cockpits. Like full on.
Crazy.
Yeah, but
they'll do that with driving rigs too.
The crazy people are the ones who play DCS. And they've built like full on F-16 cockpits.
Yeah.
With like, 4 monitors going all the way around, and I'm like, bro. I like gaming, but yeah. No thanks. So but yeah, so that's pretty much it. So
my story is when we got into like my brother's had an an Atom computer like early on, like my older brothers. So we had like the cassettes.
Yep.
Programs on the cassettes. So I remember playing like Buck Rogers and stuff like that. It was really crazy. And then we got into Ataris, and I think we had a couple of Commodore 64s for free from my mom's job. But again, like you, we only use that for word processing. And then Doom came out, and I was playing over my best friend's house at the time, and had to have it. And eventually, we upgraded to like a Packard Bell.
Yep.
So that's our first Windows machine, and I got started fooling around with coding and stuff like that then, because they had those fun games where you code and it'd be like a game.
Yeah, that's how I learned how to type. We had like the typing programs that you had to.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Now you have like
there's some OG Doom
or something like that. But yeah. And then one of my older brother's friends who lived close by, we go and hang out there, and he got Diablo on his PC, Warcraft 1 and 2, and then the Jackbox games. So that's how I got into gaming. We had Nintendos and Super Nintendos. My oldest brother picked up a PlayStation, So I got to play the first Resident Evil.
Yeah. Resident Evil was big. I remember playing Resident Evil, and for a while I had a place. I think when Aaron, so I didn't do Xbox. Like when Xbox first came out, I wasn't an Xbox guy because I was still doing did a lot of like MMOs. So
Yep.
and so I did
MMOs like that anymore.
And then just yeah, I used to play. So it's funny. I was cleaning out my my drawers here yesterday, just cleaning out my office, and I came across like Knights of the Old Republic. Like, nice. I still have the discs for that.
That was free to play.
It was free to play. It was great. And then I did Warcraft for a while. Like I did like back before like the internet was a thing, and I did have a PlayStation 2. No, I played Star Ocean. Yeah. I remember I think I had to have 100 hours into that game.
The RPGs on the PlayStation were great. They really were.
Well, the game that got me into doing RPGs was did you ever play Chrono Trigger on the SNES? Like that was the game. Like I remember me and my buddy spent a summer playing Chrono Trigger. And that's what got us into like RPGs. And then I did Warcraft for a while.
Nice.
Still, I found all the discs for that the other day too. Like I've still got all those.
See, I picked up a PlayStation before I get an Xbox. Like when the smaller PlayStation came out.
Yeah, like the Slims.
Final Fantasy VIII. That was the first game I picked up for it.
Yeah.
And then I was still in college. And once I got out of college, all my friends were playing Halo. So I had to get an Xbox. And we do the 4 consoles connected at one time.
Yep.
Do LAN parties. It was a lot of fun.
I'm still waiting for, Fallout 5. See when that's going to happen.
Oh, did you see Atomfall? It's a game that came out. It's similar, but it takes place in England.
Yeah. I don't even know if it's coming out.
I played a couple of hours for that. It's pretty fun. And you're like trying to unravel the mystery, so you're looking for clues. It's a little different than Fallout. But I'm with you. I'm waiting for.
Yeah, I love Fallout. Like Fallout's one of my favorites.
Did you like number 4?
I liked Fallout 4. I still play it. I'll still play it.
I like the whole town building thing, but
so I play it on the Xbox, and the mechanic for doing the town building isn't great on the Xbox because you need a mouse. You need a mouse to do that.
Really, yeah.
So yeah, it's got a lot of replay value. That I play. I like Far Cry too. Like I'll play Far Cry. That gets some decent replays for me. Although Fallout or Far Cry, was it Far Cry 5 or Far Cry 6? The last one they put out with the.
Giancarlo.
Yeah, like I couldn't get into that. The story wasn't great. The weapons sucked. Like I was just like, this is not for me. No. But I mean, hey, to each his own.
Right.
And then I like I don't know what I've been playing. Logan plays Power Wash Simulator.
Oh, I love that game.
That's very mind numbing. I'll just sit down and start playing Power Wash Simulator, and then all of a sudden, like an hour's gone by. So it's like when I need to completely unwind. Just
you can do that co-op too.
Can you?
You can't do it
co-op.
Yeah.
Power Wash Simulator.
But you have to do it online. You can't do it on the same machine, unfortunately.
Oh yeah, I don't know. I bit the bullet. I pay for Xbox Game Pass. Like $20.
Oh, yeah.
It's like $20. Was it $20 a month?
No, it's not. And you get so many games.
Yeah.
Indiana Jones is awesome, by the way.
Oh, I haven't. Maybe I'll take a look at it.
Yeah, definitely check that out.
I mean, he's been playing Power Wash Simulator, and I haven't played anything in like a month.
No, definitely check that out. Yeah. We're almost at time. Yeah, well, why don't we call that a stream?
All right, cool.
Our fun question for another time.
All right, let's do that. Well, do your thing, man.
Hey, man, great job today. Thanks for setting this up. I think it worked out very well. We just have to work on the audio cue. Like, give me.
Yeah, we're gonna have to figure that out.
Because I can't hear the music on my end. But we'll work it out. No worries. But anyway, I'm Eric.
I'm Tim.
And thanks for joining us today, everyone. We are Village Idiots 29 podcast, Connecticut's #1 Masonic fantasy football podcast, because we are Connecticut's only Masonic fantasy football podcast. You guys be good. We'll see you next time.
Have a great weekend, everybody.
Take care, everybody.